Welcome to the channel, everyone. I'm Skratch. This is another King Arthur Legends Rise video, so I just want to say a big shout out to Netmarble for sponsoring today's video. We've already dropped a different video, kind of like giving you guys the first impression. We went a bit over the game, we checked some of the key mechanics, features, etc. Well, in today's video, guys, we're actually going to do a beginner's guide, just to help you prepare and basically help you understand the game better. There are tons of different things in the game, especially, of course, currencies. We have dungeons, tons of different bosses. Now, if you're not familiar with King Arthur Legends Rise, it's a turn-based RPG game, a hero collector, and of course, a city builder, because you can actually upgrade your buildings and gain additional resources. Now, on top of it, guys, this is a cross-platform game. They actually have their own PC client, so you can play it on the go, you can play it at home, on your mobile devices, pretty much everywhere where you guys like. The game has a very immersive storyline, so 100% check it out. I've been having a blast for the last 1 month or so. I'm actually covering this game on my other YouTube channel, daily guides, news, tips and tricks, pretty much everything that you guys need to know, so feel free to check that out. If you guys want to try out the game, you can do so by clicking the link in the description down below or in the pinned comment, guys, and come and join me in King Arthur Legends Rise. I will be leaving the link to the Discord for our clan in there as well, so you guys can come in and join in the community. Plus, I just quickly want to mention another thing as well. If you want to start playing the game, you can actually earn extra rewards every single month just by picking a creator to support. So I'm going to leave the link from their website. This is their supporter content creator program, basically. If you guys choose to support me, I can actually earn something as well, and you guys can earn some rewards as well every single month. But feel free to check out. All of the details are here for full transparency, so you can basically see pretty much everything. Plus, I will really appreciate it if you guys pick to support me and support the channel, guys. Now, talking about King Arthur Legends Rise, let me just quickly start with the heroes. Then we're going to talk about currencies, we're going to talk about dungeons, we're going to talk about pretty much everything that is important. So, you have different rarities of characters, like usually, right? We have legendaries. We don't have epics. We have rares, which are kind of the equivalent of epics, because the rare characters are really good in the game. We have uncommons and we have commons. Now, the maximum level for a character is going to be level 60, guys. You can rank, ascend the character, awaken the character to 6 stars. Then you can, of course, give him 6 purple stars as well, awaken the character. The equipment, very similar. You're very familiar with the whole system, to be honest with you guys. We're going to have 2-piece sets. We're going to have 4-piece sets. And yes, we're going to have 3-piece sets as well. We have a speed set, for example. This is attack speed, the equivalent of speed. We have counter-attack set. We have vigor set, which will recharge the vigor, which will enable you to take to use bigger skills, basically. Sorry, not to take more turns. Crit rate sets, accuracy sets, crit damage sets. You know, we have pretty much all of these sets that you guys are already very familiar with. So you can equip them in the very first 6 slots at the top. Then the keepsakes at the bottom right here, there are 3 different pieces, and that's where the 3-piece sets will come in play. You have the belt, you have the magic orb, and then you have the banner. So this will form a different set. Pretty complex and pretty awesome sets, to be honest. Now, the character will have his own passive skills. As you guys may notice right here, these are the passives. You can level them up, of course. And on top of it, something that makes this game very unique is called relics. Now, the relics in this game are not just weapons for your characters. They are the actual skills, okay? So basically, you're going to have different skills or different variations of skills on each one of the relics. But I'm going to explain you how that works in a second as well. As you guys may notice, this is a frost relic. Yes, this is a different elemental affinity. So we have frost, we have fire, and of course we have storm. So these are the 3 elemental affinities that we currently have in the game. Of course, they all have weaknesses and strengths against each other. Plus, you do have light and dark, or void, however you guys like to call it, which is neutral basically to all of the others. Now, You can, of course, level up your relic, awaken your relic, advance your relic, and you will require different currencies in order to do so. Awaken it, as I mentioned, skill it up to basically improve the damage, increase the effects of the skills. This is actually a pretty complex system, and I like it because having the ability to change the elemental affinity of your character. For example, let me just go to a character that has multiple ones, right? So we have Kai right here. This one has the Storm Relic at the moment, and I invested heavily in it. I have it at max level. But if by any chance I'm going versus a different boss that has, for example, a stronger elemental affinity, I can easily swap to this one. Yes, it's not leveled up and all that, but I can do it if I need to. And of course, I will have a different variation of skills as well to maybe help me better in the fight. Another thing that's actually really, really interesting in the game, something that probably I've mentioned before that I've never seen, the characters are affected by environmental effects. So as you guys may notice right here, Kai, she's a day hero. So day heroes that prefer day will receive environmental effects. So they get extra crit damage, attack, etc. You have rain heroes, night heroes. Some of the heroes, they can basically change the weather, change it from day to night, etc., and basically empower themselves. So that's actually a pretty interesting thing. They are different factions in the game. So that's the stack faction right here. I will explain you that as well in a second once we're going to get to the dungeon, actually. Then, that's pretty much all in terms of characters. Pretty straightforward. One thing that you don't have to worry about in King Arthur Legends Rise, guys, is, oh my god, I've invested in the wrong character. What am I going to do? Nothing. You have the reset button right here, which will reset your character, and you're going to gain back most of your resources. So you cannot reset the relics, and you're not going to get back the gold that you're investing in it, but you're going to get pretty much everything else. That's actually a strategy that I'm using to make sure I'm skilling the characters right. So if I don't have enough currency to get the right skills that I want into a character, especially into a legendary, I might use a reset and then come back to the passive, like I've done with Morgan right here with Morgana, and I've got the skills to go in the right passives after, to level them up. So that was a win-win, basically, at least for me. So that's pretty much everything to know in terms of characters, the way you build them, pretty much everything that you kind of like need to know about them. Then, of course, as I mentioned, you will have tons of different currencies, and I'm gonna explain you pretty much what they are. Oh, actually, I forgot one thing about the characters, the chivalry. So the chivalry is their dupe system. Very, very important. I can't believe that I forgot this, actually. So when you get a dupe, you can actually pledge it, and you're going to gain additional stats or additional effects in some cases. Now, it's fine if you're not getting a dupe, because you can actually collect memory stones. Now, this come from events, come from campaign, come from different special shops like Arena Shop or different shops like this, where you unlock currency just by playing the game. And you can actually acquire the memory stones for whatever character you guys want in the game. So you don't have to worry about it like, oh my god, I'm never going to pull a dupe of this character. So that's actually a big win in my opinion. Now, going quickly to the currencies. Then we're going to dive into the rest of the important things. There are a lot of different currencies. You're definitely going to get used to them pretty quick because each one of them will be used for something in specific. And they're all farmable, okay? You have the orbs, for example. These are used to rank your characters to the next star. And they will be based on rarity, of course. And it doesn't have to do with the rarity of your character. What it has to do is with the rank, right? So if you want to go from rank 5 to 6, you need mythical orbs, for example. Then you're going to have the fairy stones, which again will be used to advance your characters, to rank them up, right? You have the potions, which are the XP potions. The rest of them right here are memory stones. You have some different chests that can give you different materials that you're seeing right here. Staminas, summons. These right here, for example, are the statues, which will allow you to awaken your characters, to give them the purple stars, right? To ascend them. Then you have, of course, the pedestals, which will be used as well to awaken your characters. Very important. You have the talismans, which are used to level up the skills, their passives. Then you have the emblems right here, which are being used as well for their skills. We have the star seeds, which are being used to ascend our relics. Then we have the powder, which will be used for the relics as well. We have the awakening materials for the relics. These are the tomes, which are used to level up the skills of relics. And you have, of course, the whetstones, which are being used as well for the same thing. And you have a lot of different currencies right here, which are farmable from campaign, from dungeons, from events. And these are all being used for the forge, to forge gear. Absolutely massive, guys. The forge is super, super good. Not only that you can forge gear, of course, you have a market from where you can purchase different gear daily. Then you have an amazing option, which will allow you to change stats on your gear. Now, because this is a beginner guide, I do want to quickly mention it. You do not want to waste this currency, the stat change stones, early on. You want to use this on 6-star gear. So later in the end game, right? Or if you have a very good 5-star piece, go and use them, but don't waste them early on because you're quickly going to swap the 3-star gear, the 4-star gear, right? So don't bother to waste them. And right here, you can craft gear. You can craft all of the farmable sets from dungeons, etc. And on top of it, you will have additional sets that can only be crafted. You cannot farm them, okay? Now, in order to craft, you need materials. You need gold, you need these materials from here, you need wood and iron, which are taking me to the next part. Wood and iron will be used to upgrade all of your buildings. This is your main building, the castle, which will give you, of course, increased production every time you are leveling it up. And then you will have the steel mill and you will have the lumber yard. So you're going to collect those resources from there, and you're going to have different dungeons from where you can collect that as well, but we're going to get to it in just a second. Then right here we have the Mage's Tower, guys. This will be used to basically synthesize different materials or for alchemy. So synthesize means that you can make some of the smaller orbs into the bigger ones if you're not able to farm a lot of them, right? Same for the relics as well. So this is a pretty cool feature. Then we have the alchemy. Right here you can infuse the lower grade materials that are being used for the forge into higher grade, which will allow you to basically forge higher quality gear, 3-star, 4-star to 5-star, and a 5-star to 6-star. So this is actually very, very important as well. Plus you can get some other goodies from here. You have tons of different things that you can actually do in the game. Right here is the Lake Avalon. That's where the summons happen, guys, okay? Usually we have one boosted rate up event. This time around, because it's the global launch, we have 2. Maybe it's going to continue with 2. We have Merlin, we have Guinevere on the event. Awesome, awesome characters. Normal summons. Let's do one of these. And I'm actually gonna burn a few gems just for the sake of the video, guys, and show you the animations and everything else. Should I do a special summon? Most likely not. I think I'm going to try and get another Merlin, so I'm gonna do a 10 pop. Maybe you guys are gonna bring me some good luck in here. So this is how the animation looks like. It's actually pretty cool. You have the sword, the Excalibur, and you're going to pull it out of the ground and basically summon. The mercy for a guaranteed legendary is 60 summons. Very, very reasonable, to be honest. Legendary, please! No legendary, just the rare. Okay. I got excited for a second. So we got one rare character. And then you're going to have them all dropping in. Like here, we got a Kai. Seems like every time I'm recording summons, I'm getting Kai. She is definitely my most favorite rare character in terms of a damage dealer. Very, very effective. You do have the Relic Forge building, which is being used basically to manage your relics, level them up, ascend them, awaken them, skill them up. But you can do that directly from the hero screen. You don't have to come to the building in order to get that done, which is actually pretty straightforward. Now, one thing that I want to mention related to characters as well, especially if you are early on, I would strongly suggest you to start with rares, especially if you're low spend, free to play. Is absolutely important to do that because the cost to awaken a legendary character is double than the cost of a rare character, right? So it's very important to pick a couple of good rare characters. Everybody's gonna get Kai. Definitely go with her. Then we do have the market right here, which will send you pretty much sell you all of the currencies, okay? Not send you, will sell you the currencies. including the legendary versions for legendary heroes and stuff. You just gotta keep an eye on it every day. It's random and is a very, very good a very good thing right here, because you're able to pretty much get every currency in the game, and you can refresh it free daily. And then, of course, you can spend gems if you want to refresh it another time. You have the Plaza Fountain, which will give you XP potions. To be honest, you're not really getting a lot from the Plaza Fountain, so don't stress with it too much. I feel like the main goal for everybody in terms of upgrading buildings should be Castle level 11, Market level 5, and yeah, Forge level 4 works as well, but it's not going to be as impactful as the actual market. Then, when we are talking about campaign, guys, we have the main story, we have the adventures. As I mentioned, they have a very immersive storyline, putting pretty much all of the other RPG games that I've played recently at shame, okay? Because they really have a very good storyline. The adventure mode is really, really fun. You're basically in an open world, and you're basically completing different missions, quests, puzzles. You're collecting chests, you're collecting stones, all type of things. And then, at the end, you're just going to complete different milestones and collect extra rewards on top of what you've collected just from basically wandering around the map to complete everything that you need to do in here, you see? So that's the adventure mode. I've completed all of mine already, but I can show you basically how is the campaign looking like. So if we're going to go back to the estate rather than the chapter menu, we have 3 different difficulties on the campaign, guys, and I'm going to give you a massive, massive tip right here. Let me go to story, main story, and right here, basically, most likely you're going to end up in being stuck somewhere. You're going to end up in not restarting something, and mainly because maybe you don't have the right affinity characters that will allow you to restart it in an instant. So as you may notice right here, defeat all enemies, win in 20 turns, have all heroes survive, and then use 2 or more frost heroes. So I've already ticked use 2 or more frost heroes. Now I can actually go back into the fight without using any frost heroes, just put in the best characters that I have, and win in 20 turns. And I'm going to tick that star as well, and this will become 3-star. So I don't have to do it all in one go. So that's the best tip for campaign right here, guys. Of course, you want to push as high on as possible in the campaign. So I'm on hell difficulty, the hardest version. And I've been slacking recently. I definitely feel like I can go much higher than I am at the moment. Now, from campaign, you're going to pretty much gain all of the materials that you need. You're going to gain gear, you're going to gain XP, you're going to gain pretty much everything. These are materials for the Forge, for example. Then you're going to gain materials for relics. You're going to gain materials for awakening characters, etc. So you're never really going to stop from farming the campaign. And that's a good thing, because you're able to get all of these materials just by playing the game, right? So that's a very, very good thing in my opinion. Not a paywall. Very, very important. Then, if we're quickly going to head over right here to the clan section. So we are the Celestials, guys. As I mentioned at the beginning, I will leave a link to join our Discord. Feel free to come and join us in the community. We have tons of different guilds active. In the clan, you are actually going to get a free special summon every single day if all of the people log in. Very important to be in an active alliance. I cannot stress it enough. One summon once a day, it might not sound like a lot if you're thinking just, one day. When you add up, every single day that you're playing is going to be a lot. And as I mentioned, you have a guaranteed legendary in 60 summons. And on top of it, most likely you're going to get lucky and get one earlier. Now you're going to have clan missions, solo missions. You're going to have group missions, which will reward you with clan silver, which will allow you to purchase different goodies. And the main competition, PvP clan sort of scenario, are the actual clan raids. Basically, you have different bosses. You gotta smash them, okay? And try to reach the maximum level with the highest amount of damage. And then you're going to maybe win with your clan, and you're gonna be able to actually get some juicy rewards as well. So we are on number 5 right now. We are definitely going to catch up on the rest. And as I mentioned, pretty good rewards as well for season 20 memory stones, which is a chivalry for 1 legendary character. come and join us in the Celestial Skies. But moving over to the restricted area, and I'm quickly going to explain you what you want to prioritize from here on, okay? Because I know I haven't mentioned that at the beginning, but I will do it now. I waited to actually get to this screen so you guys can pretty much digest everything. This is a hero event dungeon. It's a special event that is on at the moment. They have a very good shop. You can even purchase a legendary, and just by farming the dungeon, you're getting a different currency by using stamina. And you get a legendary, you get summons, you get materials, skill ups materials, memory stones, relics for some of the heroes. Tons of goodies. 100% worth it. I've already got my legendary today. Then we have the power-up dungeons. Now, this will be split in different groups, guys. I'm not going to do fights in any of these dungeons because they will take a couple of minutes, most likely. And I wanna focus in this video to explain you everything, to walk you through all of the details. Right here, you have the Penvade. Basically, the Plane of Beasts will give you the mana orbs that you will require to rank your characters, to advance your characters. So, very, very important to farm this. Then, when you're low on gold and you need XP for your characters, not only that you're getting XP potions, but you're getting more XP in this dungeon than in any other dungeon. So when you're farming this, try to use some of the characters that are not at max level to gain XP on them as well while you're getting gold and XP potions. At the relic power-up advancement, the Frozen Plain, you're getting relic XP and you're getting the star seeds, which will be used to, again, advance your relics. Right here, we have the Shrine of Storms, which will give you materials to basically ascend your relics. So I've explained you what are all these materials doing. The dungeons look pretty badass. They have very interesting mechanics. And once I'm done explaining you everything, we're 100% going to do a run in a dungeon that I haven't showcased in the other video. Then we have 3 equipment dungeons. The very first one right here, the Nest of Weiskalhage. I cannot really pronounce that word properly, so sorry if I'm butchering it. We have attack, critical, and speed gear. 3 sets only. Let me just show you how the stages look as well. So on the first clear, you're going to gain some special rewards. Then you're going to have the regular rewards that they drop. You see 4-star gear, 5-star gear. And I'm going to tell you something that you're going to absolutely love. This is not like Raid. When you are climbing on higher stages, the weaker gear disappears, okay? It's not the same cup of tea where you're always going to farm the same weak gear for the rest of your life and keep one piece, okay? So that's very, very important. Now, I cannot show you on this stage because I haven't pushed hard enough in this dungeon yet, but if we're going on Apolea, this gives us gear for support, defense, life, and drain, which is the equivalent of lifesteal. As you may notice, we have legendary gear, we have rare gear. And once I'm going to get to the next stage, this will improve as well, especially the drop rates too. So a very, very good thing. Then you have the keepsake sets. These are the bottom pieces, as I mentioned before. You have Corrosion, Immortal, Strife. Very, very good sets. These are game-changing. Once you are awakening a character to 6 stars and you're able to give that character a full Strife set, especially on your damage dealers early on. Wow, game-changing. Then, moving over to the Forbidden Dungeon. We talked about clan raids already. The Forbidden Dungeon is kind of like a tower where every single day you're going to get tickets. They do not require stamina, and you're just going to climb higher stages, right? And the goal is to reach the highest possible stage. And then every single day, this is a thing that a lot of people are missing. If by any chance you're getting stuck on a stage and you still have tickets, go back to the stage that you defeated the last time, and you have an auto clear to waste your tickets, to use your tickets and earn rewards. Do not waste your tickets. Very, very important, because this is the main source of getting pedestals, which are used to awaken your characters, my bad. Then we have the favored dungeons. Favors are the equivalent of factions, guys. As I mentioned, we have the stags, we have the crows, we have the hounds, serpents, steed, and bull's favor faction. So this will allow you to farm materials to awaken your characters next to the pedestals. Now, this all of them will be open every single Sunday, all of them together. Then on top of it, if by any chance you really want to awaken a character, you can waste 240 gems and open it for the day and go and farm it. Then we have the Sealed Temple, and I feel like we are going to do a fight in this dungeon. So again, much better than Raid. You are able to farm all of the materials that you need to skill up your characters, to skill up your relics. As simple as that. Every single day you have 5 runs in this dungeon. You can get the talismans or you can get the tomes for the relics. And this is absolutely extremely important, right? So we have the Master of that boss. I think we are going to, yeah, we're going to go in this dungeon because I can just put it on auto. And I'm going to go on a slightly lower stage now just to show you basically how this works. So we're not staying in here for too long. I just want to show you some mechanics. So let's go in on stage 7, right? So we have a full team right here. I'm going to stop the auto for a second. You can do manual auto. You can play around a bit with how you want your characters to be displayed because I want to explain you the mechanics. So as you may notice, the character has all of these skills. These are the relic skills. Then you have the passives right here. In order to use a relic skill, as you may notice, we have Vigor right here. So if I want to use the A1 skill, it's going to cost me 1 Vigor. We have a Vigor bar that can keep up to 5 Vigor at the same time. Then if I want to use the A2 skill, it's going to cost me 2 Vigor. The A3 skill is going to cost me 3 Vigor, so I'm depleting the bar. Now it's very easy to replenish the Vigor. When you take a turn, you replenish a Vigor. If you have a Vigor set, you're going to gain an additional Vigor, which means 2. And if you're using the basic skill on a character, that will replenish an extra Vigor. So like this, you're getting stacked. Now we have support characters, debuffers, crowd control champions, damage dealers. Right here I have Gillian, the best healer in the game. We're going to use the A1 because I don't have to do anything crazy. And now let's quickly talk a bit about mechanics. As you may notice, the boss has the main body. And then it has a couple of different mechanics, which are called the right leg and the left leg. Now, in order to bow this boss, we need to break his legs, like literally. So we're going to try to break his leg. And then we are slowly going to take him down. Now, because I have that amazing strife set that I was mentioning, and I just made a kill, basically, I'm gaining an extra turn, an increased attack, and I'm about to break his other leg. Or try. And now he bows to us. So this is part of a mechanic. Now right here, we're going to have to basically take damage in order to ensure that he's not going to go crazy. And he will, after, put a shield if we're not dealing enough damage, right? You have, of course, different debuffs like defense down, decrease attack, decrease accuracy, heal reduction, etc. Now, there are a few additional stats that I actually forgot to mention. And I'm going to walk you through that as well. Some of these dungeons might have 1 phase, 2 phases, like wave 1, wave 2. And as you are going to notice in this fight, this has 2 different waves. So this is the first form of the boss. He's going to gain another shield right here because we failed to deal enough damage to kill him. Some of them are very challenging, and I actually really enjoy that because you really need to strategize what characters you're using, what relics you're using, what gear you're using on them to basically maximize your damage as well, and to ensure that you are able to defeat the boss. So once we are done with the HP bar, we're basically going to move into the next phase, the next wave. There we go. I know we might seem victorious right here, but we are not there just yet. Arthur as a character is a decent character, guys. I would strongly suggest you to invest in Kai first. I've just seen him on the screen, and I remember that I haven't really mentioned much about him. I would 100% recommend you to take Arthur to level 50 early on, and after a few weeks, you can take him to 60 because you will need to use him. But Kai is just much better as a damage dealer. You see, we have Fear right here on my healer, and we can actually waste our skill if she's, failed to use the skill due to Fear. We got Terrified. So we broke the mechanics. Now the boss will drop the 50% HP, and another mechanic will activate, right? And there we go. He All of a sudden, he just grew another pair of arms, basically. But that's fine. We're still gonna get this boss down. So this is a longer fight, guys. As I mentioned, you're not gonna do tons of them every single day. We're only gonna have 5 runs per day, and you can actually do 3 tickets in a go. That's a feature that the game has. I actually forgot to mention that while I was starting the fight, but we're gonna go back to it, and I'm gonna explain you another couple of things that I wanna point out, plus a couple of additional things that I need to mention related to stats on the characters. So there we go. We got the win, and we got a reward. We got the talismans. We got legendary ones for the stack. Beautiful. So when you go into a dungeon, let's just go back here. You see you have the option to select 1, 2, or 3. How many multipliers you want to put per run, which is great because you're going to use your stamina faster, right? So we're going to put 3 multipliers. Then you have repeat battle. Infinite multi-battles. These, they just go on and on and on forever, okay? Amazing, amazing thing as well. So that's actually another thing to keep in mind. You can check, of course, the stats for the boss right here, sorry. You can check all of the skills, all of the information. And the very, very good thing that the game actually offers is this right here, the dungeon strategy info. Basically, it explains you what you need to defeat a boss. And then it shows you what characters to use. Now, you don't need to group all of those characters together, of course, but some of them will be mandatory just to basically enable you to defeat the boss. So this is a very, very awesome feature. And as you may notice, right here we have the environmental elements and effects. Night, rain, so that's what the boss has. And I need this type of heroes. So the best ones, we have, of course, Morgana in here. We have a few different ones. Now, I'm not always trying to look at that, even though you're gaining very good stats, right? Like, look at the stats. But sometimes, if I do have the possibility to basically bring in the same type of character, I will do it. But sometimes you just can't do it, right? So that's pretty much everything related to dungeons, related to currencies, related to everything else that you need to know about that. Now, one more thing that I quickly want to mention, guys, before we are going to end it here, is basically related to the stats. So when you go to equipment, detail, equip, and you're going to have a few additional stats that you might be wondering, what are these stats? So attack speed, as I mentioned, is the equivalent of speed, and that determines who takes the first turn. Then you have the vigor charge, as I mentioned, is the vigor bar that enables you to use a skill, an A2 or an A3. Then you have the effect accuracy, the effect resistance, which will basically combat each other. The effect accuracy is being used to land debuffs. You have evasion and you have hit accuracy. Now, evasion, if you have very high evasion, you're basically going to counter the enemy that has lower hit accuracy, and he cannot deal damage. He's gonna miss the hit. So in order to make sure that you're not missing hits on the target and you're dealing damage, you need to have hit accuracy. Pierce is kind of like the equivalent of ignoring defense in a way or another, and then you have the endurance, which basically counters the pierce. That's pretty much all. I just wanted to quickly explain you what those stats mean, because you might not be familiar coming from different types of games, right? You have the night training camp right here, which pretty much explains you everything very, very well in terms of learning mechanics and how everything works in the game. So 100% make sure you're completing it. Plus, you are getting some different rewards from there as well. And right here we have the arena. Basically, you can just do fights non-stop all day if you want. You have no tickets, no gem cost or anything like that. And every time you're climbing into a different tier, for example, you're going to get some gems for the very first time only. Then you have a seasonal ranking, which resets every single week, and you're going to get some different rewards based on your tier placement. Every single day, you're going to gain additional rewards based on your rank in the group and in the tier. And the rewards are the following. The honor token. Now, the honor token will be used in the arena shop. You can purchase 3 different legendaries from here, just with the currency. I'm actually close to get one of them. And if you don't owe the legendary, you can still get it. So I've done a mistake. Let me just tell you what mistake I've done. I thought that, while I don't have the legendary, I cannot get a memory stone because it's pointless. So I went and I bought a memory stone for Tristan, which I already have. But in fact, if you purchase the memory stone for a legendary that you don't have, you're going to get the legendary instead of the memory stone. So make sure you guys are aware of that. Plus, you can get, of course, summons for your relics. They work in a very similar way with the summons for your characters. And special summoning tickets, etc. Then I want to quickly walk you through the last things, and that's the login attendance. This is after 30 days plus. It will change. And I was very curious to see, okay, the very first 30 days we play, we get a guaranteed legendary. How is it going to look after? Well, even better. Even better. You're getting a legendary relic shard summon ticket. So you can pick whatever legendary relic you guys want. And then you're getting another legendary hero. So that's amazing. Just daily login stuff. Awesome, awesome stuff. Then, of course, we have events. Now, right here, we have some events that are related to summoning. Then we have different ones, like defeat different stages in campaign, progression-wise. And you're going to get summons. You're going to get tons of amazing rewards. This as well, it moves you to the next difficulty of campaign. And the next difficulty. And from here, I actually still need to complete everything and get my gems. 1,500 crystals. But I'm almost done with this. I need to push it on. You have stamina consumption events, where you're just playing the game, use stamina and claiming rewards. Monster hunter ranking events, just kill monsters and earn rewards. On top of the rewards that you're getting from here, you have like a tournament ranking bracket, where if you're the first in your rank or whatever you might be, you're gonna gain additional rewards, summons, and gems. I'm all in for that. Count me in. The game has a battle pass. Very good value. If any of you guys decide to spend any money in the game, the battle pass is one of the best things you can get. You're getting a guaranteed legendary, you're getting summons, stamina, tons of different materials that will be required, relic summons. So 100% worth getting it. Then you have the commander pass, 2,000 gems, again, worth picking up as well. And then you have the free version. Past missions, you guys know how it is. You're playing the game and you're completing the missions. When we are talking about the actual shop, guys, this is a game that has very generous offers. $2, $3, $5, and you're getting tons of value from a lot of them. And I quickly want to point out the daily things. So I actually need to pick these two up because they expired. You're getting daily gems, daily stamina. Definitely worth it. But some of the best packs in the entire game, and this is if you decide to spend, okay? I'm not telling you to spend. If you decide to spend, you have these offers right here. They're usually around $20, and they're based on what power you reached. Have you beat the normal campaign? If you've completed the normal campaign, bang, you get this guaranteed legendary, 10,000 gems, gold, stamina. Hard difficulty, special summons, guaranteed a relic, then you're getting gems. And you're just going on and on and on like this with different ones. You have a state power up, you have the arena one, crystal shop, where you can just purchase gems. You have tons of different options, and you have the special shops. Now, this is the celebration shop that I showed you already, related to the dungeon event. And here you have the forbidden shop, which is related to the tower, right? The forbidden dungeon. From here, you can purchase memory stones, summons for relics, and tons of different materials. But not everything is worth purchasing because you want to preserve the currency for more important things. That was all for this video, guys. Appreciate all of you guys watching. Smash a like, subscribe to the channel if you enjoy the content, and big shout out to Netmarble for sponsoring today's video. And don't forget, if you want to come and join us in the Celestials, you can download the game by clicking the link in the description down below or in the pinned comment and download King Arthur Legends Rise now. I'll catch you all in the next one. Peace.